Officer Mike Surbaugh.
And because I'm not a great public speaker, I'm going to introduce Chuck, who is fantastic. I've never heard more inspirational speeches than Chuck, so put him on the spot. I have to ask, what
those are called tomatoes.
Is this?
You're in Sacramento.
I was going to say this is how ignorant I am about Sacramento. I've never been to Sacramento, and I've only been to California a couple of times. This I would not have guessed as a tomato.
That doesn't have those in his office.
So we'll have to try this.
No, none of the in my office.
I have some of my back there. This feels really familiar to me because my family for a long time went to a Southern Baptist church. This is a Southern Baptist church, right? Yeah, you can tell it. My people in the back. That's a popular spot to be. Well, I'm just very happy to be here. I just in learning a little bit about the council here and talking to Chuck, and I know that the Golden Empire Council has got a long history with Boy Scouts and camping properties and everything that is offered in the program is second to none in California from everything that Chuck has told me and others. So if that's true or not, but really came here to be with Rock Family. And I wanted to express my appreciation for the support that you've given them, and also just the experience that the troop went through, that crew, tragic event. And it's one that if there's anything that we can learn from, we want to. And I had to go out to Los Angeles for a meeting tomorrow, and when Chuck told me the troop was meeting tonight, I was out at Beaumont with my wife on July 4th weekend, and I asked him to take me up to the site where the troop is camping, so I could really see it and try to understand it. And I talked to as many of the staff as I could, and the chance to come out here, I said, if I can tie it in, I would really like to come and meet the troop. And also, it'll help me in asking some questions too, to make sure if there's anything we can do to try to keep Scouts safe in the future. You can't change what's happened, but we can always try to improve. And Philmont, for generations has been one of the safest places to keep young people. That's one of the things. There's a volunteer that's on the Philmont Ranch Committee, and he said, he did a statistical analysis one time with Philmont, and said it's actually safer for any 12, 13, 14, or 15-year-old boy to be in Philmont than literally an average week just riding in a car places he would go home. That's interesting. It still doesn't change tragedy for family, but it does tell us that scouting continues to be a safe place for young people. You've got 25,000 scouts that camp in Philmont every year, and the last fatality that we had, it wasn't a heart issue, or a medical injury, it was really 20 years ago. But that's 500,000 kids that camp safely there every summer. But when the one thing happens, we've got to know if there's anything that we can do better. So that was my reason for coming. It was just a side bonus to be able to spend a little time over at the troop meeting and seeing some of the scouts and listening to them. I'm always interested when you ask kids, what would get other boys to join scouting? Why do boys not join scouting? And typically the things that they come up with are the same things that I heard when I was a kid. The perception of scouting is not cool. The uniform sometimes turns people off a little bit. It really is the values proposition. And there was one young man, I don't know what his name was, a brilliant kid, and he summarized it a few minutes ago completely accurately. And what he was really saying was parents and kids don't understand the true values proposition of our movement. They don't see the things that really happen. They don't see the activities that you get to do. So from the youth standpoint, excitement and fun and adventure, they don't get all that because they sort of think, why do I want to go to Scouts? Because they meet in a church basement and they sit and they tie knots or the first aid. It doesn't sound like a lot of fun. They're not seeing that adventure that occurs. The parents, particularly with the bombardment that you've got as parents now, from social media to the internet to television, with a myriad of activities competing for your kids' time. That wasn't true. People of my vintage, and some people that are maybe a little older than me too, would remember here. I wasn't going to call anybody out. Since you did. when we were kids, you had some choices. Little League or nothing, or maybe an activity that you picked on your own with your friends and figured out. There really were pretty limited options. I played Little League baseball when I was a kid, most of them did, and all of the kids on my baseball team were in my scout troop. And the practices for Little League were Monday and Wednesday, scout night was Tuesday. That all worked in that era. That doesn't really work now. And two things happened that I think have contributed to a slow erosion of our core membership over time. One is our program hasn't really changed in the way that we deliver it to parents. It hasn't changed in the way that we attract them today with that competing universe of opportunities that they have. We don't really sell the values proposition of scouting in the way that we have to get people to say, with the limited amount of time I have, with the limited resources I have, I'm going to choose scouting because it's going to be my partner in youth development. Character, values, ethics, those are big aspirational goals, and it's something that occurs hopefully over time. I think we've got to do a better job of getting the parents quickly by saying, over the next 6 months, if these are some of your goals as a parent, things that you want to impart to your children, we're probably the best partner that you could have in doing that. We are different than Little League. We are different than soccer. We are different. I think we have to distinguish ourselves a little more, because I do hear a lot of parents now, when they're looking at all that range of activities, they tend to see scouting in this basket of opportunities along with everything else. You'll hear parents a lot of times saying, as long as my son or daughter is positively engaged, it's all good. Everybody wants in turn. As long as they're positively engaged, it's all good. Head of a pretty large soccer organization not too long ago, and she and I were debating the merits of soccer and scouting. She said, it kind of interests me. How many kids today play organized adult choreographed sports as compared to, say, 1960, 1970? It's a huge number. We can kind of picture it. I'm sure Sacramento is no different than the places that I've lived. The playgrounds are generally a little bit empty, but the soccer fields are full, and kids tend to be taken from activity to activity. They're not going out necessarily and doing their own pickup kinds of activities. So it isn't necessarily bad. But if parents are seeing that basket of opportunities is all equal, you'll hear parents say things like, well, Johnny's positively engaged, but when he hit about 12 years old, he just wasn't really into soccer. Well, my point with my friend from the Soccer Association was, we now know that 78% of kids today participate in adult-led choreographed sports prior to 3rd grade. That compares to about 15% in 1960 and 1970. And I said, is it true that part of your goals would be promote a healthy lifestyle? Sure. I'm going to assume ethics and character in some way you feel, delivered in the soccer program. As part of your goal, developing healthy habits and sports and nutrition, all those things. Yep. I said, then, okay, if we've got whatever the number multiplier would be, 8 or 10 times as many kids participating in those kind of activities today compared to 1960 or 1970, perfect. Then we would see juvenile male obesity rates plummeting. But that's not the case, is it? My pet theory is we get parents a lot of times that feel, we did all that stuff. We did traveling hockey here, we did the soccer, we were out there every week. He's just not really into it anymore. Here's what we know about adolescent males when they hit 12 and 13. They're not joiners in organized activities in large numbers. So if you've got a kid that's really been in soccer, football, a lot of sports, and that's all they do, but they don't make it to the varsity level, the junior varsity and varsity kids, they generally turn out pretty good. I mean, they probably have good peer associations. There's other things going on in their life that can be pretty positive. But if they drop out at 12 or 13, they're not going to tend to join the Boy Scouts. We know that because 95% of our Boy Scouts come from the Cub Scout program. They're not going to tend to join Boys and Girls Club. They're not going to tend to join some activities of the YMCA. There's a lot of things that they tend not to do. Well, now we insert this technological element that we never had when we were kids. So they've got text messaging, they've got the internet, they have video games, they have television, they got all this stuff. So if they're 12 or 13, this is my personal theory, parent feels, you know, we did our jobs. We had them out there. We sat at the lawn chairs. We were with them in all the games. They're just not really into it anymore. And now, when they start doing sedentary things, then wouldn't juvenile male obesity rates start to come on? When you look at the number of hours of the day, the kids are out playing, doing something physical, vastly different than it was in 1960, 1970. So I think there's some ways that we can take what we know and what we see, and maybe as an organization present that to parents to show this is who we are and what we really do. Sports is great. Positive youth development experts will tell you the most well-rounded kids, on average, they have two particular things happening in their lives outside of family, home, church, other influencers. If they have a positive youth development activity, that could be scouting, it could be Boys and Girls Club, it could be a program wide, but something that has definitive character, ethics, values, goals, along with sports, that's your best chance of getting a well-rounded kid that turns out good. Experts all agree on that. The second best is a positive youth development activity, not sports. Sports comes in a long third place by itself. So you really need those two things together. And when you see sometimes things that happen in sports where maybe you get over-enthusiastic parents or coaches that are maybe a little bit too tough on kids, you know, the things that you try to have an impact on because, you know, you want to all have fun, but there's a competition aspect. That gets balanced out a lot when they're in positive youth development activity like Scout. What's happening over there right now is totally different than what happens in the sports environment. But I would contend that both were important. And what they learn over there balances out some of the negative influencers sometimes that happen in sports. And if you're just doing sports exclusively, you miss out on that. If you're just doing scouting, you do miss out probably on a little bit of sports. But if you got to pick one or the other, you want scouting. If you have these goals as a parent. So I think that's where I'm always kind of interested in what the kids think. But you know, it's the same thing. You see it from a different perspective. At any rate, what I'd love to do is, if you got the time and the interest, here, sit around. Well, if you get bored and walk out, don't be offended. But if you have some questions, if you'd like to talk about any particular topics, scouting related or anything, be happy to field questions. Yes, sir.
Yeah, sitting here, this bench, with this old guy.